Hey guys, welcome back to another Walt Presents. This time we look at the 13th animated film from Walt Disney, Alice in Wonderland. And Alice in Wonderland's got a very large history from Disney. Walt, it was one of his favorite books as a child. He had read both books, Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. I've read both books. Strange books, very strange books, a lot of interesting characters. He originally intended this to be made before Snow White, but with competing films from Paramount, he decided against it. He met with Mary Pickford, a silent star, about coming in and her being a live action star with animation. It just never came to be. And he, off and on throughout the years, he was deciding to make Alice in Wonderland, but it just never worked out. World War II happens, can't really make anything, the rest is history. So, after the war ends, Cinderella fires up, Alice in Wonderland fires back up, and it becomes a competing project of who can get it done first. Cinderella gets done first. Alice in Wonderland is the next film after Cinderella. Now, Cinderella, huge hit, smash hit, does incredibly well. Alice in Wonderland comes out, and it really drops the bomb. Did not do well at all. Critics hated it, absolutely despised it, and it ended up, looking at my notes here, budget of $3 million. It only made $2.4 million, which caused you to write it off as $1 million loss. Marketing and everything like that. It's a strange film with strange characters. Even Walt said it just didn't have enough heart for the picture. It wasn't until 1974, when it was being played across college campuses, that it started to pique some interest. It had a brief time on television where they cut it down to an hour and showed it. But it was the college campuses with Jefferson Starship's White Rabbits to help promote it that it really hit big. Gets re-released in 1974, long after Walt's passed away, and ends up doing incredibly well, making $3.5 million, and then went on to become recognized where it wasn't recognized before. It did get nominated for an Academy Award for Best Score, but it ended up losing that. It just wasn't, I don't know, I don't think people really knew what to make of it. If you've read the books, like I said, they're strange books with strange characters. They had actually cut out a lot of characters out of there. There was other characters like the Mock Turtle, White Knight, the Jabberwocky, which is kind of like a dragon. All that was eliminated to try to simplify the story. You do have the Mad Hatter, you do have the famous Tea Party, and I think that comes off very well and it's kind of fun. But I mean, like I said, it's a bizarre film. I don't, like, my family, my daughter liked it, wife didn't. To me, it's just okay. It's not great, it's okay. But it's not a bad, oh. They even actually have the Walt Disney Color TV introduction on the disc and the special features. That's really neat. It has seen many releases from the early days of VHS to now. I mean, it was one of the earliest releases released on VHS, but showed how it eventually did catch on. It just took years, kind of like Fantasia and Pinocchio, to find its audience. But overall, just kind of a strange film that I don't think gave Disney what it really wanted. And that's a shame. And from reading it, I don't know if you can really adapt it truly. Because, I mean, it's such a weird story that it's a little hard to read if you've never read the books at times. But I think I enjoyed the first book more than the second one. And, I didn't care for their live action remake. That actually did really well for them. The first one did well, the second one not so much. But these characters, you would see them throughout time popping up in video games and lots of merchandise and other things. In the park, of course. So, I mean, they have hit their place in history. I mean, there's even talks of the Cheshire Cat here getting a spin-off cartoon on Disney Plus. Why not? Everybody else is. But overall, it was just okay. I'd say definitely not a favorite, not the worst I've seen, but definitely not the best. But that's all I got for this one, guys. I'll link a trailer down below. I'll see if I can find the psychedelic or the White Rabbit advertising for it if I can. If not, I'll just link the regular trailer. But come back next week for Peter Pan. Take care. Go watch a movie.